So the different types of distribution, you go ahead, okay? I'll just keep speaking and you go along. Types of distribution are frequency distribution. Please go on. Keep clicking, okay? Normal distribution, probability distribution, Poisson distribution, binomial distribution, sampling distribution, T distribution, and F distribution, okay? Fine. But today's class is going to be focused only on normal distribution. And what is the other name for normal distribution? It is Gaussian distribution, okay? Next slide, please. Okay, normal distribution was originally studied by De Moivre, who was curious about its use in predicting probabilities in gambling, okay? But the first person to apply the normal distribution to social data was Adolphe Quetelet. You must have heard about the Quetelet index also, which is also called BMI or body mass index, okay? He collected data on the chest circumference of Scottish soldiers and the heights of French soldiers and found that they were normally distributed. His conclusion was that mean was nature's ideal and data on either side of the mean were a deviation from nature's ideal. Okay, so what he inferred from data collection was that nature loves averages. Okay, his conclusion was that mean was nature's ideal and data on either side of the mean were a deviation from nature's ideal. Next, please. So this is typically a normal distribution curve, okay? You see it is bell-shaped. The zero you can see here is mean, mode, and median coincide, okay? Standard deviation is 1. These are very important MCQs, okay? Normal distribution is the backbone of statistics, okay? When, you know, we are just venturing into slightly advanced statistics from today's class onwards. So normal distribution will give you a fundamental, base as to how to apply tests. If the data is normally distributed, you can apply certain tests. If your data is not normally distributed, you cannot apply certain tests. For example, you remember for normally distributed data, what is the measure of central tendency? It is mean. But for not normally distributed data or for skewed data, what is the measure? The measure is median. Okay, so whole story starts from there. Similarly, the tests that are applied for normally distributed data are very different from the tests that are applied for not normally distributed data. Next. Next slide, please. Okay. Just go one by one, okay? Just look at the leaf distribution in this tree, okay? This is a very simple tree and you can see that you can appreciate that around the stem of the tree, maximum foliage is seen, okay? Maximum foliage is seen here in the central part. And this area, okay, you can see the arrow here and this area. There is very little foliage or very little, leaves, very few leaves around the sides. So it is very similar to a normal distribution. Okay, if we try to draw a imaginary curve, it will go like this. Okay, this is the curve that can be drawn on this tree. So this is nature's ideal. So it is a very simple example that teaches you that nature also follows normal distribution. The foliage or leaves in this tree are maximally concentrated around the center of the tree. And look at the sides. In the sides, the leaves are very sparsely distributed, okay? Now, the next example is distribution of annual rainfall, okay? We just draw a histogram. You know it is a histogram. Why? Because there are no gaps in the data and this is continuous data, okay? Now, what can you see? Maximum rainfall occurs during June, July, August, and see, it keeps on decreasing from June to December and it keeps on increasing from January to May. You know that right now we are in the monsoon season. We've just finished August and we have entered into September and we are seeing rains, right? So June to July, August and September, the rainfall is, there, but it is decreasing, right? From January to June, it is increasing. So if you go about, looking at the distribution of annual rainfall, you can always appreciate that this is also normal. So this is again an example of nature following what? Normal distribution. Maximum observation or which is rainfall here is in the center of the data. Okay, यहाँ पर, यहाँ मई, जून, जुलाई में आप देख रहे हैं पीक है रेनफॉल का, राइट? सो मैक्सिमम रेनफॉल कब रहता है? मई से लेकर जुलाई तक रहता है. अब ऑफ कोर्स seasons are shifting, there is a global climatic change, but the established pattern is conventionally May to July or August, you can say that there is a peak in the annual rainfall. Okay, so this also follows normal distribution. Another example, next please. Another example is diastolic blood pressure of people. Okay. Dipali, can you please click on the next arrow?
Yes, ma'am, I'll do it.
Is it stuck? Yeah. So this is another example of diastolic blood pressure. Okay. Diastolic blood pressure, all of you know that around 80 is normal. Back, please. Back, back, back. Next. Wait here. Okay. So this is a distribution curve for diastolic blood pressure. You can appreciate here maximum observations lie around what area, 84 to 90. So this is the basis of telling all of you that the diastolic blood pressure should not be more than 80, right? So we have that JNC criteria for blood pressure and we say that 120, 80 is normal. But where do you get normals from? This is the data that gives you normal. This is the visual depiction of data which tells you that maximum observations are lying between, see, 85 पे peak है and then the peak is right at 87 also, around 90 also, उसके बाद फिर नीचे जा रहा है. Okay. यहाँ से कर्व 60 से ऊपर जा रहा है, अगेन 84 85 पे पीक है और फिर 108 120 पे नीचे जा रहा है. सो दिस इज डायस्टोलिक ब्लड प्रेशर. ऑल ऑफ यू नो दैट अराउंड 80 इज नॉर्मल. बट ये अराउंड 80 विच इज रिटन इन द बुक्स कहाँ से आया? ये डेटा से आया. दिस इज द विजुअल representation of data from say 10,000 individuals that tells you that maximum people have data around the center of the distribution. And what is the center of the distribution? The mean here is around 84. Okay. 80 to 90 बोल सकते हैं. 84 is the center. Okay. तो यहाँ से हमें पता लगता है कि नॉर्मल डायस्टोलिक ब्लड प्रेशर 80 के आसपास रहना चाहिए. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट प्लीज. See, this is again a normal distribution curve of luck. You see, average majority of the people like you and me, you will have average luck. Okay. We are not very lucky or very unfortunate. This is the clan of people who are extremely lucky. From here to here, extremely unfortunate, extremely lucky. This is the average maturity in the center, which says, ठीक है, कभी luck चलता है, कभी नहीं भी चलता है. Okay. This is a very few, this is a group of people who are cursed, right? बहुत थोड़े से यहाँ तक, right? And the blessed. Okay. यहाँ से यहाँ तक. Okay. Now, for example, we'll take a, example from stock market. You must have heard of Warren Buffett. Okay. There are so many people around the world who are investing in stock markets, but you see, not everyone becomes Warren Buffett and not everyone becomes a Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, right? So you need to have exceptional luck to crack something big in the markets. Okay. So the blessed people are very few, but looking at the people who are blessed, many people might start investing in the stock markets thinking that, okay, he has made it big, it could be me tomorrow, right? But the average majority of the people will make some decent amount of money. Okay. So this is an example of normal distribution of luck. Majority of the people, they fall in the center. Very lucky are few and fewer are those who are blessed. Okay. Similarly, the unfortunate are few and fewer are those who are cursed, right? Next slide, please. Okay, so characteristics of standard normal distribution. It has a bell-shaped curve. We've discussed this. It is symmetrical. What is the meaning of symmetrical? Symmetrical का मतलब है कि आप अगर सेंटर से एक लाइन ड्रॉ करेंगे तो आप उनको फोल्ड कर सकते हैं, कर्व को फोल्ड कर सकते हैं एक दूसरे के ऊपर सेंट्रल लाइन से. ओके. Two halves of the curve are the same mirror images of each other. I hope you understand what mirror images are. For example, in a normal curve, if we draw a line in the center, which is the mean, median, and mode line, what we can do? We can fold a paper across that line. Okay. So two halves of the curve are same mirror images of each other. We can fold the paper with the central line being in the middle where there is mean, mode, and median. Okay. Next, please. Hence, mean, median, and mode coincide in a normal distribution curve. The total area of the curve is 100%, but just for, statistical ease, you can say that the total area of the under the curve is 1. Okay. Mean is 0. Standard deviation is 1. Okay. Now, this is very important. This is the crux of today's class. Okay. This line, okay, just be very, very careful. The distance of a value x from the mean x bar of the curve in units of standard deviation is called relative deviate or standard normal variate and is denoted by z. I'm repeating again. The distance of a value x from the mean x bar of the curve in units of SD or standard deviation is called relative deviate or standard normal variate. This is the formula for calculating the distance of a value from the mean. Okay, we'll go through the formula also, but this distance is called relative deviate or standard normal variate, and it is denoted by Z. What is it? It is the distance of a value from the mean in units of standard deviation. Okay, for example, Z-score can also be called a statistical mile, okay, or a statistical kilometer. For example, I will say that the center of Jammu is Jiwal Chowk, okay. Now, what is the distance of, say, Aradhya's house from Jiwal Chowk? What is the distance of Arushi's house from Jiwal Chowk? What is the distance of Abhishek's house from Jiwal Chowk? Okay, so taking Jiwal Chowk as the center, you can calculate the distance of your house, respective house of all the members today from Jiwal Chowk. Okay, right? So the point here is the distance is calculated in kilometers, but in terms of normal deviation, normal distribution, this distance is calculated by what? Z-score, okay? Z-score will tell you what is the distance of a particular observation from the mean. The observation is the house, mean is Jiwal Chowk, and in units of standard deviation is kilometers. कितने किलोमीटर दूर मेरा घर है? कहाँ से? जीवल से. ठीक है? आपका घर कितनी दूर है from जीवल चौक, right? So हम जब distance की बात करते हैं तो measure is kilometers. जब हम normal distribution की बात करते हैं तो measure is standard deviation, okay? In units of standard deviation, what is the distance of a value x from the mean x bar? Next slide, please. Okay, so this is the formula that you all need to remember. Z is equal to x, which is your observation, say my house, away from x bar, which is Jiwal Chowk for Jammu, divided by standard deviation, which is units in kilometers. Okay. So Z-score is equal to observation that we are talking about. The distance of the observation from the mean is x minus x bar divided by standard deviation, means in units of standard deviation. How many standard deviations away from the mean the point x lies? I'll repeat. Z-score is equal to x minus x bar divided by standard deviation, a very, very important formula in biostats. Okay. X is what? X is one random observation. Say it is my house from Jiwal Chowk, right? X bar is what? From Jiwal Chowk. So X bar is Jiwal Chowk, right? What is standard deviation? Standard deviation sigma is the unit in which you're measuring the distance of an observation away from the mean, okay? So Z indicates how many standard deviations away from the mean the point X lies, okay? Z-score is calculated to 2 decimal places conventionally, right? Next slide, please. Areas under the standard normal curve is something that you should all remember, okay? This is something you have to learn actually. Next slide, please. Right. So this is again very, very often, it's very oftenly asked in NEET. Otherwise, also you get numericals in undergraduate, postgraduate, everywhere, so you should always never forget that 68.3% of the observations lie between this, if this is 0 and this is mean, right? This is -1 standard deviation. This is +1 standard deviation away from the mean. This is -1.96 plus 1.96 standard deviations away from the mean, minus 2.576 plus 2.576 standard deviations away from the mean, okay? So what is the number of observations that lie between -1 and +1 standard deviations of the mean is 68.3% of area lies between -1 and +1. Remember it, okay? Don't forget it. It is the basis for a lot of calculations in biostats. 95.4% of the area lies between 2 standard deviations of the mean. But if you want to measure precisely and you don't want to remember the decimal, remember it as 95%, not 95.4 here. 95.4% of the observations lie between ±2 standard deviations. 95% of the observations lie between -1.96 and +1.96 SD. 99% of the observations in any data set lie between -2.57 and +2.57 standard deviations away from the mean. Next slide, please. Next. Okay. The red area represents The first, next. The red area represents the first standard deviant. Okay. This red area is what? Mean plus minus 1 standard deviation. Okay. Red plus green is what? 1 and 2. Mean plus minus 2 standard deviations. And red plus green plus blue is what? Mean plus minus 3 standard deviations away from the mean. Okay. So 68.3% of the data falls within this area, which is mean plus minus 1 ST. Next. It is calculated by mean plus 1 ST. This is sigma standard deviation. The green area represents the second standard deviate. Okay, next. You can keep clicking, okay? 95.4% of the data falls within the green plus the red area, calculated by X bar, which is mean plus minus 2ST. The blue area represents the third standard deviant, okay? 99.7% of the data falls within blue plus green plus red area. Blue plus green plus red is how many? 99.7% of the observations in any kind of data will lie between plus minus 3 standard deviations of the mean, okay? Next. This is calculated by mean plus minus plus minus. Plus भी है और minus भी है, ठीक है? Now, no, you can go to the next slide. Right, proceed to the next slide. Click fast and keep clicking. Keep clicking and you will reach the next slide. पीछे, एक पीछे. One slide. पीछे बच्चे. हाँ, बस इस स्लाइड पे रुक जाओ. ये जो टेबल बनाया ना, उस पे रुक जाना, नेक्स्ट स्लाइड पे. बस आ रहे हैं, वेट, हाँ, वेट हियर. ओके, सो plus minus 1 standard deviation is 68.3% of the area. This is the area within plus minus 1 standard deviation. So what is the area out of this range, which is 100 minus, because you know the area under the curve is 100, right? 100 में से 68.3 minus करेंगे तो क्या आएगा? 31.7%. Okay. What is the area between minus 2 and plus 2 ST? It is 95.4%. Okay. 100 minus 95.4% is what? 4.6%. Plus minus 3 standard deviations is 99.7%. 100 minus 99.7% is 0.3%. Okay. Plus minus 4 standard deviations rarely asked है. आप just for reference लिख दिया यहाँ पर. But normally जब भी आप डेटा का कैलकुलेशन करते हैं तो आप फर्स्ट, सेकंड और थर्ड स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन को यूज करते हैं. ओके, सो ऑलवेज रिमेंबर 68.3% of the observations lie between plus minus 1 ST. 95.4% of the observations lie between minus 2 and plus 2 ST. 99.7% of the observations lie between minus 3 and plus 3 standard deviations of the mean. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, now let's just dissect this normal distribution curve. This is a Z distribution, okay? कभी आप घबराना नहीं, कई बार लिखा होता है Z distribution. So don't be, intimidated by the word Z distribution. It is nothing but normal distribution curve, okay? Now, what are we trying to evaluate here? We're trying to guess what is this area. If this is 0 and this is the mean, this is 1 ST. This is 1 ST. What is the area that lies between 0 and 1 ST? Okay, it's very simple to calculate. You know that between minus and plus 1 ST, 68.3% of the observations lie. Okay, I'll repeat. Between, यहाँ पर एक line खींच लेते हैं imaginary. Okay, this is minus 1 ST. This is plus 1 ST. Minus 1 और plus 1 ST के बीच में ये वाला एरिया कितना है? 68.3. Okay, तो ये वाला कितना हुआ? 68.3 divided by 2, which is 34.15. Okay, cool, right? सो अब हमको नेक्स्ट कैलकुलेट करना है. नेक्स्ट कैलकुलेट कैसे करेंगे? हम क्या करेंगे? हम कर लेंगे -2 और +2 ST के बीच में. -2 और +2 ST के बीच में कितना एरिया है? 95.4%. उसमें से प्लस माइनस 1 SD के बीच में 68.3% है, उसको माइनस कर दो. ओके, यू विल गेट समवेयर बिटवीन 27%. ओके, 27% में से हमको ये वाला नहीं चाहिए, हमें सिर्फ ये चाहिए अबव द मीन. तो 27 divided by 2 is 13.55. Okay. Similarly, plus minus 3 standard deviations के बीच में 99.7% of your area is lying. Okay. 99.7% of the area is between, यहाँ मान लीजिए एक imaginary line है, -3, -2, -1. Okay. -3 और +3 के बीच में कितना एरिया है? 99.7% of the observations are lying between -3 and +3 ST. उसमें से प्लस एंड माइनस 2 SD काट दो, विच इज 95.4. 99.7 minus 95.4 is around 4.6 or 4.3. ओके, सो 4.3 को डिवाइड कर दो 2 से, तो अबव द मीन 2.15 है, बिलो द मीन 2.15 है. ओके, एंड सो ऑन. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. वेट हियर. ओके, वेट हियर बेटा, पीछे आ जाओ, एक स्लाइड पीछे आ जाओ. Wait here. Okay. So this is mean. This is 1 standard deviation. This is plus 2 standard deviations. This is plus 3 SD. This is minus 1 SD. This is minus 2 SD. This is minus 3 SD. Okay. Remember what we read in the first slide. Normally distributed curve is a symmetrical bell-shaped curve. So अगर 34.15% area यहाँ है, तो 34.15% area यहाँ भी है. मीन -1 SD में है. अगर 1 और 2 SD के बीच में 13.55% एरिया है, तो -1 और -2 SD के बीच में भी 13.55% एरिया है. अगर 2 और 3 स्टैंडर्ड के बीच में 2.15% एरिया है, तो -2 और -3 SD के बीच में भी सेम अमाउंट ऑफ एरिया है. वाई? बिकॉज two parts or two sides of a normal distribution curve are mirror images of each other. Okay, you can fold them on each other. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is a normal distribution curve. Okay, normal है, symmetrical है, bell shaped है, mean is 1, total area under the curve is 100% or 1, mean is 0, sorry. Total area under the curve is 100% or 1. 1 standard deviation is here, 2 is here, 3 is here. Okay, now next slide. See, maximum observations in a normal distribution curve are centered around the mean. This is the peak. The peak is in the center. Right. Now we can appreciate skewness now. Okay. पीछे एक स्लाइड होनी चाहिए बेटा. इसके पीछे एक स्लाइड है. क्यों नहीं आ रही है स्लाइड? Yeah, the graphics is not showing on your laptop. No issues. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. ये मिसिंग हो गया. आगे चलो बच्चे. करते जाओ क्लिक. हाँ. वापस एक बैक क्लिक कर दो. बैक क्लिक कर दो. हाँ. Wait here. Wait here. Wait here. Okay. You can wait here also. No worries. यहाँ रुक जाओ. ये वाला हिस्टोग्राम जो है ना, ये टिपिकली नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड डेटा है. ओके, दिस इज नॉट स्क्यूड. स्क्यूड का मतलब होता है सिंपल लैंग्वेज में, प्लेन लैंग्वेज में हिला हुआ डेटा. स्क्यूड डेटा जो अपनी जगह से छूट गया है, डिविएट हो गया है डेटा. ओके, सो दिस इज नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड डेटा. नेक्स्ट क्लिक प्लीज. ओके, दिस इज अनदर डेटा. राइट, सी सेंटर में पीक है, लेकिन यहां पर कुछ है ही नहीं है. दिस होल एरिया इज एम्प्टी. All the observations are skewed towards the right. Whenever there is positive skew, this is called positive skew. Why? Because this is the tail of the data. Tail of the data is that part of your data जहां पर सबसे कम observations होती हैं. यहाँ देखो सबसे ज्यादा है, फिर कम होते 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 200 के आसपास बहुत कम हो गई observations. So this is called the tail of the data. Whenever you have to remember this, okay? You can cram this up, you can remember this, but this is the definition of skew, right? Whenever you see that the tail of the data is towards your right hand, you will call it positive skew. Next slide, please. Next click. Next click. Am I audible?
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Fine. Where were we? Can we just go back? I got logged out. पीछे चले, पीछे वाली स्लाइड पे. Yeah. See this slide. You know, a few college students are standing and you can appreciate the. Okay. Next slide, please. Yeah. So this is a group of college students, right, who are standing just probably height-wise. And you can see that this data is skewed towards the left. Why? Because the tail of the data is towards the left side. This is what is called negative skew. Next slide, please. Yeah. So how can you identify this skew? This is what kind of skew? The tail is towards the left. So this is negative skew. Next slide. Okay, what is this skew? The tail is towards the left again. So this is what kind of skew? Again, negative skew or left skew. Okay. Next slide. This is negatively skewed data, right? Serum triglycerides have been plotted. Again, a normal distribution curve has been drawn. Click again. Click again. This is positive skew. Why is it positive skew? Because the tail was towards the right hand. Okay. So this is a positive or a right skew. The previous one was a left skew or a negative skew, and normal distribution you all know. So when most of the observations are in the center, it is normal distribution. When the data are shifted towards one side of the screen or a graph, it is positive or negative skew. If the tail is towards the right, as in the slide that you're seeing, this is a positive skew. If the tail is towards the left, as you saw in the previous slide, that is what is called a left skew or a negative skew. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, now assuming the normal heart rate in a normal healthy individual is normally distributed with mean of 70 beats per minute and SD of 10 beats per minute. Next, please. So what is the mean? The mean is 70. Okay, SD is 10. What area under the curve is above 80 beats per minute? Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so what area under the curve is above 80 beats per minute? This is mu, which is mean. What is mean in this case? Mean is 70 beats per minute. Okay, 70 beats per minute. And what is 1 SD? 1 SD is this distance. It is 10 beats per minute. 70 plus 10 is 80 beats per minute. And what is the question? The question is what area under the curve is above 80 beats per minute, which means what is the area above 1 SD, ओके 1 SD से ऊपर कितना एरिया? आपको पता है पूरा एरिया कितना है? 100 है. आपने क्या कैलकुलेट करना है? 1 SD से ऊपर कितना है? आपको क्या पता है? आपको पता है पुरानी स्लाइड से 34.15% ऑफ द एरिया इज दिस, 13.55% area is this, 2.3 is this, and 0.15 is this. This is a desi tarika of doing it, right? Why? Because we know that plus minus 1 SD के बीच में 68.3% of the observations हैं, okay? प्लस माइनस 2 SD के बीच में 95.4% ऑब्जर्वेशंस हैं, प्लस माइनस 3 SD के बीच में 99.7% ऑब्जर्वेशंस हैं. अब आप पहले एक चीज समझ लें कि जो मीन है ना, मीन डिवाइड करता है पूरे ग्राफ को या पूरे कर्व को इनटू 2 इक्वल पार्ट्स. सो 50% ऑफ द ऑब्जर्वेशंस लाई हियर, 50% ऑफ द ऑब्जर्वेशंस लाई हियर, 50% of the observations lie here and 50% on the right of this central line. So अगर आप सिंपल कॉमन सेंस से करेंगे विदाउट एनी फॉर्मूला तो भी आपको समझ में आएगा. 50 is here, 34.15 इज हियर। ये 34.15 कैसे आया? क्योंकि प्लस माइनस 1 एसटी के बीच में 68.3% ऑफ द ऑब्जर्वेशंस है। इसको जब हम डिवाइड करेंगे 2 से तो हमें ये वैल्यू मिल जाएगी 34.15। तो 50 प्लस 34.15 इज व्हाट? 84.15। अब हमने क्या करना है, 100 में से अगर आप 84.15 को माइनस करेंगे तो आपको क्या मिलेगा? अप्रोक्सीमेटली 15 पॉइंट समथिंग। प्लीज क्लिक अगेन। सो दिस इज द एरिया, दिस एरिया अगर आप ऐसे कैलकुलेट करोगे 13.5 प्लस 2.3 प्लस 0.15 तो भी आपको 15.9 मिलेगा। अगर आप 100 में से इस एरिया को माइनस कर लोगे, 50 प्लस 34.15, 50 इज दिस एरिया, -3 से लेकर म्यू तक 50%, और 34.15 इज दिस एरिया। ओके, आप जब इसको और इसको ऐड करेंगे बनेगा 84.15, और 84.15 को जब आप माइनस करेंगे 100 में से तो क्या मिलेगा आपको? आपको मिलेगा 15.9। ओके, सो दिस इज वन वे ऑफ डूइंग इट। ओके, वील डिस्कस द टेक्निकल वे ऑफ डूइंग इट ऑल्सो इन द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज। We'll apply the formula in the next slide. Okay, please click again. Click again, Arya. The slide is not moving. बेटा दोबारा से क्लिक कर लो। मेरे सिस्टम पे तो स्लाइड नहीं मूव कर रही। आई डोंट नो अबाउट द अदर्स।
Ma'am, it currently shows that we can find the values of Z by
Yeah,
substituting
now it
the
is
value.
moving. Yeah, slide number 25, right. We can
Yes, ma'am.
find the
Yes.
value of Z by, we can find the value of Z here by substituting the values in the formula. Z score is equal to X minus M, या फिर X bar भी लिख सकते हैं, divided by SD या sigma भी लिख सकते हैं, right. So Z is equal to 80, which is your observation, minus 70, which is your mean, divided by 10, which is your SD, right. So 80, पीछे चले जाओ बेटा, पीछे पीछे वाली स्लाइड। 80 minus 70 divided by 10 is equal to 80 minus 70 is 10. 10 divided by 10 is 1. Okay, पीछे बेटा एक स्लाइड। I hope nothing is wrong with my internet connection. Next slide beta. Next.
There is a glitch in general with Zoom today. We had a meeting prior to this also, and it was glitching right.
Okay, then it's
Like
fine.
during that meeting.
Should I try sharing my screen once if it is possible?
Ma'am,
एक
I
बार
don't think
करूं
so.
मैं? आपको भी it will not be possible. आपको भी
No, no,
दिक्कत
no,
हो रही है
no.
बेटा? चलो करो फिर। Okay, what area under the curve is above 80? 80 minus 70 is 10. 10 divided by 10 is 1 SD. ठीक है, अब हमने Z score निकाल लिया। Z score for this numerical is how much? It is 1 SD, right? Next. Next slide. Slide number 25, please.
It's on slide number 25.
Yeah. Now I can see it. So the value of Z from the table for 1 SD is, I'll show you this on the table also. It is 0.841 or 84.1%. Okay. When we go on to the table, we will see that against 1 SD, the value of Z is 0.841. How do we interpret this? This means that 84.1% of the healthy individuals have heart rates below 80 beats per minute, or 100 minus 84.1, which is 15.9% of normal healthy individuals have a heart rate above 1 SD. Okay. See here, can you see this chart? On the chart, this is the Z value. This is 1 Z score, 1.0. See the value against 1, it is 0.8413. Okay, that is 84.13% of the data is lying below your Z score. Read this. Note that the probabilities given in this table represent the area to the left of the z-score. Okay. This is the area to the left of the z-score, right? So 84.1% of the area will be left of the z-score. So what is towards the right? That is above 80 beats per minute. 100 minus 84.13, which is 15.9. So 15.9% of the area is going to be above 80 beats per minute, and 84.1% of the area is below 80 beats per minute. Next slide, please. Okay, what area of the curve is above 90 beats per minute? Very simple. You know the mean is 70 beats per minute. 1 SD is 10 beats per minute. So 1 plus 1, 2 SD will be 80 plus 10 is equal to 90 beats per minute. Okay, mean plus 2 SD अगर करोगे, 1 SD is 10, 2 SD हो गया 20. Okay, mean is 70. 70 plus 20 is 90. So mean plus 2 standard deviations is 90 beats per minute. Okay. So what is the area of the curve that is above 90 beats per minute? Okay. Next slide, please. Okay. So this is the area that we're talking about. This is the mean. This is 1 SD 80 beats per minute. This is mean 70 beats per minute, 80 beats per minute, 90 beats per minute, and 100 beats per minute. Now, what is the question? What is the area above 90 beats per minute? So we are talking about this area in general. Okay. ये area calculate करना है 100 में से ये सब minus करेंगे तो ये आ जाएगा. So one simple crude method is, you know that plus minus 3 standard deviations is how much? 99.7%, minus this area plus minus 2 standard deviations is 95.4%. So 99.7 minus 95.4% will be approximately 4.3%. 4.3% on both sides lies above 2 standard deviations. Okay, तो इसको जब हम आधा करेंगे divided by 2, तो वो क्या आएगा? 2.15% यहाँ पर, और 0.3% पीछे बच जाएगा. 100 माइनस 99.7, उसको भी डिवाइड कर देंगे 2 से. क्यों? क्योंकि ये मिरर इमेजेस है. जितना एरिया यहाँ पर है उतना एरिया यहाँ पर भी है, -2 SD के पीछे. लेकिन हमें क्या क्वेश्चन पूछा है उन्होंने? उन्होंने ये नहीं बोला है कि 90 प्लस और 50 के नीचे कितना है. उन्होंने बोला है 90 से ऊपर कितना है. ठीक है, यहाँ की बात नहीं की है. सो दिस इज 2.15% प्लस 0.15%, विच इज इक्वल टू 0.023%. Okay, next slide, please. We can apply the formula also. The formula says what? The formula says that Z is equal to your observation, which is 90, minus 70, which is your mean, divided by your SD. SD is 10. So 90 minus 70 is what? 20. 20 divided by 10 is what? 2. So Z score for this problem sum is 2 standard deviations. And when you look at 2 standard deviations in the chart, I'll show you the chart very soon and you can appreciate. Okay. See, the Z value of 2 SD corresponds to 0.9772 in the chart or the table that you were seeing, okay, in the previous slide. So 0.9722 को आप 97.7% भी लिख सकते हैं. इसका क्या मतलब है? इसका मतलब ये है, चार्ट आपको क्या बताता है? चार्ट आपको बताता है कि 2 स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन से नीचे कितना एरिया है. तो 2 स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन से ऊपर कितना एरिया है? 100 माइनस नीचे जितना एरिया है वो, राइट? सो 2 SD की वैल्यू कॉरेस्पॉन्ड कर रही है टू 97.7% ऑफ द वैल्यूज. दैट इज 100 में से जब ये माइनस करोगे आएगा 2.3%. सो दिस मीन्स दैट 2.3% ऑफ नॉर्मल हेल्दी इंडिविजुअल्स हैव अ हार्ट रेट above 2 SDs, that is greater than 90 beats per minute. Next slide, please. 30th slide पे टेबल होगा ना, वहां पर रोक देना. We'll just see the value of 2 SD in the table. It should be 0.9772. And this will be the area which will be below 2 SDs. So area above SD, 2 SD will be how much? It will be 100 minus the area below 2 SDs, which is 100 minus 97.7%, which is 2.3%. Okay. Similarly, you can calculate the area above 3 SD also, okay? Let's have a look at the chart here, okay? The chart says that when the z-score is 2, यहाँ पर, this value, I hope you can see it, बहुत छोटी सी fine value है, ये z-score है, ये z-score में आप नीचे जाते जाते हैं, यहाँ पर आके 2 आ जाता है, right? 2SD जो है ना वैल्यू 2SD की, सॉरी 2z-score की, z-score of 2 corresponds to 0.9772, which can be converted into percentage, which is 97.72%. This probability is the area to the left of the z-score, which means if z-score is 2, 97.7% of the observations will be lesser than 2, right? Lesser than 90. और फिर greater than 90 कितनी होंगी? 100 minus 97.7, which is 2.3%. Next slide, please. Okay, what area of the curve is between 50 and 90? This is a no-brainer. All of you know that mean plus minus 2ST is what? Mean plus and mean minus 2ST is 95.4% of your observations. So this is the area, you don't even need calculations for it, okay? अगर आप ऐसे करेंगे, यहाँ से लेकर यहाँ तक, mean 1 standard deviation, 2 standard deviation, mean minus 1 SD, minus 2 SD. So mean plus minus 2 standard deviations के बीच में आपको सबको पता है 95.4% ऑफ योर एरिया लाइज, ओके? और 34.15 यहाँ, 34.15 यहाँ पर, 13.55 यहाँ पर, 13.55 यहाँ पे, अब इन सबको ऐड कर लो, 34.15, 34.15, 13.55, 13.55, जब सबको ऐड करोगे यू विल गेट 95.4%. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. What area of the curve is above 100 beats per minute? Same calculation. 100 beats per minute is how many standard deviations away from the mean? If the mean is 70, 100 beats is 3 standard deviations above the mean. Okay. The question is asking you to calculate this area. This area is very simple to calculate. You know that 99.7% of your area lies between 3 ST. Okay. So what is the area which is more than 3 ST? 100 minus 99.7. यहाँ से लेकर यहाँ तक, right? This area से this area तक, which is 100 minus 99.7, which is 0.3. 0.3 को आधा कर लो, 0.15 एक तरफ on one tail, on the right tail, and 0.15 on the left tail यहाँ पर, okay? आपको उन्होंने left tail का नहीं पूछा है, आपको उन्होंने right tail का पूछा है, तो 0.15. So only 0.15% of the people will have heart rate more than 100 beats per minute. इस SD को आपने कन्वर्ट कर दिया बीट्स पर मिनट में. दिस इज 70 बीट्स पर मिनट, 80 बीट्स पर मिनट, 90 बीट्स पर मिनट एंड 100 बीट्स पर मिनट. 80, 90, 100 कैसे आया? आपने 70 में 10 ऐड किया. 10 कहां से आया? 10 इज योर 1 SD विच इज गिवन इन द क्वेश्चन कि आपकी स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन फॉर दिस डेटा इज 10. Mean plus 10 is 80, mean plus 20 is 90, mean plus 30 is 100. So this is the area above 100 beats per minute, which is 100 minus 99.7, which is 0.3. 0.3 का आधा is 0.15. Okay, go ahead. Next slide, please. This we've done. Okay, next slide, please. This is the value of 3 z-score in Z table. Okay, this is the standard normal table. इसमें z-score 3 की वैल्यू क्या है? 0.9987, which is 99.8%. Okay, 100 में से इसको माइनस करोगे तो you will get this area which is above 99.87. Okay, चले next. Next, please. This is a basic, example to teach you that whatever numericals you get, or not only numericals, you should be able to interpret your data. For example, मान लेते हैं आज जितने भी बच्चे present है ना, जब तक ये स्लाइड आगे जाती है, I'll just give you a example. आज जितने भी स्टूडेंट्स प्रेजेंट है ना इस क्लास में, मान लो हमने सबका HB ले लिया, ठीक है? आपकी इस क्लास का मीन HB आ गया 14, राइट? मीन HB 14 आ गया. मैं बोलती हूँ आपको कि आपकी स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन जो मैंने पिछले बार आपको फॉर्मूलाज करवाए थे लास्ट क्लास में, वो फॉर्मूला लगा के मैंने आपकी SD कैलकुलेट की 1 पॉइंट, मान लीजिए 2, राइट? योर SD इज 2, योर मीन हीमोग्लोबिन इज 14 grams per deciliter, SD is 2 grams per deciliter. Okay, now what is mean plus and minus 1 SD? mean plus and minus 1 ST is 14 plus 2, 14 minus 2, which is 14 plus 2 is 16, 14 minus 2 is 12. So 68.3% people today in this class will lie between mean plus minus 1 ST, which is between 12 and 16, right? Now we know that 95.4% of the students present in today's class will lie between what? Mean plus minus 2 ST. Now what is 2 ST? 1 ST is 2 grams per deciliter. Okay, what is 2 ST? 2 ST is 4. So 14 plus 4 is 18 and 14 minus 4 is 10. तो 10 ग्राम्स और 18 ग्राम्स के बीच में कितने स्टूडेंट्स फॉल करेंगे? 95.4% of the students in today's class are going to fall between 10 and 18. 68.3% of the students are going to fall between what? 12 and 16. And you can calculate in the similar manner for 3SD also. क्या करना है? 2 is your standard deviation. 2 को multiply करना है आपने 3 से. 2 into 3 is 6. Add 6 to 14, which is 20. Subtract 6 from 14, which is 8. So between 8 and 20, 99% or 99.7% of the students present today in this class are going to lie between what? Between 3 ST plus minus 3 SD of the mean. Mean is 14, right? Next, please. Next slide, please. So what area of the curve is below 40? This is minus 3 ST. Why? Because the mean in this is 70. 70 में से 3 बार 10 को माइनस कर लो. एक बार 10 को माइनस करोगे 60 आएगा, एक और बार करोगे 50 आएगा, एक और बार करोगे 40 आएगा. So 70 minus 40 is 70 minus 3 ST. माइनस 3 ST जब करोगे तो आपके पास एकदम क्रिस्प फिगर आ जाएगा. 100 में से निकालो 99.7, उसको डिवाइड कर दो 2 से. ओके, नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. So this is your area, okay? The area that we were talking about. Next, please. Next. Don't just get, confused with this calculation. Nothing doing. You just have to remember what is the area under 1SD, 2SD and 3SD. Precisely 68.3% भूलना मत. प्लस माइनस 1 ST के बीच में, प्लस माइनस 2 ST के बीच में 95.4% है. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. एंड 3 प्लस माइनस 3 ST के बीच में कितना? 99.7% है. अगर आप इतना याद रखते हैं ना, आपके 99% न्यूमेरिकल्स निकल जाएंगे और आपको समझ आ जाएगी कि इसकी प्रैक्टिकल इम्प्लीकेशन क्या है. आप कोई भी डेटा लेते हैं, कोलेस्ट्रॉल लेते हैं, बिन लेते हैं, अगर आपको पता है कि SD कितना है आपके डेटा का और मीन कितना है, दो ही चीजें पता होनी चाहिए आपको नॉर्मल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन टेबल में. One is the measure of your, next slide please. One is the measure of your mean and the second is the measure of your SD. अगर आपको mean और SD पता है तो आप सब कुछ कैलकुलेट कर सकते हो, Z स्कोर कर सकते हो, कुछ भी कर सकते हो, एरिया अंडर द कर्व कर सकते हो. It is not a big deal, but the only thing that you have to know is what is the mean of your data, what is the SD of your data, okay? Okay, so what are the applications of normal distribution? Its application goes beyond describing distributions. It is used by researchers and modelers. The major use of normal distribution is the role it plays in statistical inference. जो भी हम पिछली 5-6 slides में कर रहे थे ना, we were trying to, make sense out of our scores and numbers. अगर Z score 3 है, we were trying to make sense कि अगर Z score 3 है तो इसका मतलब कितना portion of your data is above 3 standard deviations, okay? The Z-score along with the T-score, chi-square, F distribution is important in hypothesis testing. We'll talk about this in the next class. It helps managers to make decisions. For example, अगर हम देखते हैं कि आपकी क्लास में हीमोग्लोबिन प्लस माइनस 2 स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशंस के बीच में कितना आ रहा था? आई थिंक इट वाज 10 and 18, something like that. Okay, I don't remember now. So it was 14. +4 and 14 -4. So it was 10 and 18. So 95.4% of the students in your class have a hemoglobin between 10 and 18. We can make a decision कि यहाँ पर IV देखने की कुछ भी जरूरत नहीं है, आपको IV आयरन किसी को भी देने की जरूरत नहीं है। क्यों जरूरत नहीं है? इसलिए नहीं है क्योंकि 10 से नीचे किसी का भी नहीं है। माइल्ड टू मॉडरेट हीमोग्लोबिन एनीमिया है, हीमोग्लोबिन लो है, माइल्ड टू मॉडरेट एनीमिया है, तो बहुत ज्यादा इंटरवेंशन करने की जरूरत नहीं है। सो पॉलिसी मेकिंग इज डन लाइक दैट। जब आप देखते हैं कि 99 पॉइंट, normally you know what, nature's ideal is average, and statistics considers mean ±2 standard deviations as normal. Okay, अगर आपको कभी नहीं समझ में आए what is normal, please take mean ±2 standard deviations as normal unless it is stated otherwise. Okay, so हम मान के चलते हैं कि 10 grams और 18 grams के बीच में 95.4% of the students will lie, which means that none of the students are going to require IV iron. Okay, आपको पेरेंटल आयरन किसी को भी नहीं चाहिए. So this is how policies are made. Okay, depending on your data, you infer things from your data and you do it, share that data with policymakers, and ultimately this will help the managers in making decisions, sound decisions. Okay, next slide please. Next. Okay, this is a histogram of the systolic blood pressure measurements of 113 people. Okay, see the mean for this data is 123.6 mm of Hg. Okay, the standard, यही slide रहने दीजिए, कोई बात नहीं है. The SD for this data is 12.9. Okay, using only the mean and SD and assuming normality. Assuming normality का मतलब है we are assuming that our data is normally distributed, मतलब ज्यादा observation center में है और data हमारा skewed नहीं है. ठीक है, next slide please. We will calculate mean ±2 SD and mean +2 SD and mean -2 SD. Okay, now you know SD is what? Standard deviation is 12.9. 12.9 into 2 जितना भी है उसको add कर दो 123.6 में. This will give you what? It will give you, next slide please, it will give you mean +2 SD. 12.9 into 2 को माइनस कर दो 123.6 से. दिस विल गिव यू मीन -2 SD. ओके, सिंपल तरीका है. मीन -2 SD, मीन +2 SD. Mean is 123.6 millimeters of mercury, -2 into 12.9, 123.6 plus 2 into 12.9. When you do the calculations, you get 97.8 mm of mercury and 149.4 mm of mercury. Okay, so what does this mean? This means that 95.4% of your data is lying between these two values. Okay, अब इन दोनों values को आप 97.5 percentile भी बोल सकते हैं और आप इसको 2.5 लोअर वैल्यू को 2.5 percentile भी बोल सकते हैं. क्यों बोल सकते हैं? क्योंकि आपको पता है 95% of your data is lying between ±2 SD. इसका मतलब 2 SD से ऊपर 2.5% ऑफ योर डेटा इज लाइंग और 2 SD से नीचे -2 SD से नीचे 25% ऑफ योर डेटा इज लाइंग. ओके, अगर -2 SD से नीचे यहां पर 2.5% ऑफ योर डेटा है ना, तो दिस इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड 2.5 परसेंटाइल. और अगर दिस मीन +2 SD दैट इज 149.4 मिलीमीटर ऑफ मर्करी से ऊपर 2.5% ऑफ योर डेटा है ना, तो इसके नीचे कितनी ऑब्जर्वेशन है? 97.5 परसेंटाइल है ये. ठीक है, मतलब कि 97.5% ऑफ द ऑब्जर्वेशंस विल लाई बिलो 149.4 एंड 2.5% ऑफ द ऑब्जर्वेशंस विल लाई बिलो 97.8 and 95.4% of the observations in this data set are going to lie between these two data points, 97.8 and 149.4 millimeters of mercury. Okay, go ahead, next slide. Till he comes to the next slide, I'll tell you what is written in the next slide. We are going to search कि एक कोई पेशेंट है बीच में, उसका जो SBP मेजरमेंट है दैट इज 130 मिलीग्राम्स ऑफ मर्क्यूरी. ओके, मिलीमीटर्स ऑफ मर्क्यूरी, राइट. सो हमने देखना है व्हाट प्रोपोर्शन ऑफ मेन एट द क्लिनिक हैव SBP मेजरमेंट्स ग्रेटर देन दिस पेशेंट. मतलब कि अगर किसी का रैंडम वैल्यू 130 मिलीमीटर्स ऑफ मर्क्यूरी है तो हमने बोला ये कहाँ लाए करता है, क्या ये नॉर्मल है? I go to a doctor, मेरा measurement आता है 130 millimeters of mercury का. I want to know from my doctor कि am I normal? So what is my doctor going to tell me? कि अगर तो 97 और 149 के बीच में आप फॉल कर रहे हो तो मोस्ट लाइकली आप नॉर्मल हो. क्यों? क्योंकि +-2 standard deviations is considered as normal. What proportion of men at the clinic have SBP measurements greater than this patient? I am very inquisitive. I ask my doctor, अच्छा मुझे ये बताएं कि कितने लोग होंगे जिनका मेरे से ज्यादा आएगा एचबी, सॉरी एचबी नहीं, ब्लड प्रेशर, एसबीपी. ओके, सो व्हाट विल द डॉक्टर डू? द डॉक्टर विल से नो वरीज एट ऑल, आई हैव read normal distribution in pre-final. And what will he do? He will subtract 130. He will subtract 123.6 from 130 and divide it by 12.9. Why 12.9? Because it is, what is the z-score? The z-score is the distance of a value of your house from Jewel Chowk in kilometers. Of this value from the mean, which is 123.6, divided by units of standard deviation, which is in units of standard deviation, which is 12.9. Right? So it is 6.4 millimeters of mercury. 123 mean है. Mean से मैं कितनी ऊपर हूँ? मैं 6.4 mm mercury ऊपर हूँ. In units of standard deviation, कितनी standard deviations में मुझे इसको convert करना है? Okay? मैं आपको बोलती हूँ, I live at say Madbag. Okay? And what is the distance of Madbag from Jewel Chowk in kilometers? In kilometers, it could be 20 kilometers, right? But I have a unit, to define kilometers, miles. So standard deviation here is only a unit. In units of standard deviation, how far is a value away from the mean? Okay. Now the same question can be rephrased as what percentage of observations in a normal curve are more than 0.5 st above the mean? मैं इसको ये भी पूछ सकती हूँ, डॉक्टर साहब 130 मेरा बीपी आ रहा है, क्या पहले मुझे बताएं क्या मैं नॉर्मल हूँ? डॉक्टर बोलेंगे जी बिल्कुल आप नॉर्मल हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि हमने +-2 SD पहले ही कैलकुलेट कर लिया, दैट इज 97.7 to 149. तो मैं बोलूंगी हाँ बिल्कुल 130 बीच में फॉल कर रहा है, आप नॉर्मल है. फिर मैं बोलूंगी अच्छा मुझे बताओ, आपके पास इतने लोग आते हैं ब्लड प्रेशर चेक करवाने के लिए, तो कितने लोग हैं जितना मेरे से ज्यादा आता है ब्लड प्रेशर? ओके, and he will do this calculation and he will reach at this point 0.5 standard deviations away from the mean. Next slide please. He will go through a table. Okay, this is something that we do in R. Okay, R is a software, अभी हम वो नहीं करेंगे, लेकिन जब आप टेबल पे जाएंगे ना, जो Z टेबल है, आपको यही वैल्यू मिलेगी. ये P नॉर्म एक सिंटैक्स होता है, या फिर आप बोल दीजिए एक फॉर्मूला होता है जो हम इसको कमांड देते हैं R में, P नॉर्म divided by 0.5 SD, so it gives us the value 0.6914. This is the same value that you will get in the standard normal table against a value of 0.5 SD. Okay, next please. जब आप टेबल में जाएंगे आपको यही वैल्यू मिलेगी. लेट्स गो टू 0.5 SD. दिस इज 0.5 SD and the value is 0.6915, same as the value we got in the R software, right? So if we don't have the software, we will use this desi method of the old method of using tables, which is no longer used now, right? So we will get to this value 0.6914. अब आपको पता है this value is what? This is the area which is below 5 SD, 0.5 SD. मतलब कि 69.1% of the people will have values of SBP below 130. अब मुझे कैलकुलेट करके बताओ कितने होंगे who will have the values of SBP above 130. It is 100 minus 69.1, which is approximately how much? 31%. So you can simply say कि 31% of the observations are more than 0.5 standard deviations above the mean. Okay, 69% of the observations described by a standard normal curve are less than or equal to 0.5 standard deviations above the mean. This is looking a little complex. It is not, believe me. रिमेनिंग 31%, 31 कहाँ से आया? कहीं से नहीं आया. 100 में से आपने 69 को माइनस कर दिया, आपको 31 आ गया. 69 को माइनस क्यों किया? क्योंकि बहुत क्लियरली टेबल के नीचे लिखा है कि जो भी वैल्यू आपको ये टेबल दे रहा है वो वैल्यू बिलो योर डेटा पॉइंट है. मतलब अगर आपका जी स्कोर 0.5 है तो 69% ये यहाँ पर लिखा है. नोट दैट द प्रोबेबिलिटीज गिवन इन दिस टेबल रिप्रेजेंट द एरिया टू द लेफ्ट ऑफ द जी स्कोर. लेफ्ट ऑफ द जी स्कोर, दैट मीन्स below the z-score. 0.5 ST का मतलब क्या है? 69% of your data is below 130 millimeters of mercury, and only 31% of the people are going to have an SBP value more than 130 millimeters of mercury. Next slide, please. Next, please. Next, please. Okay, right? So the type of computation we did to convert the SBP value of 130 हमने क्या किया, हमने कुछ मैजिक नहीं किया, हमने 130 को कन्वर्ट कर दिया इन यूनिट्स ऑफ स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन. ओके, राइट. To the number of SDs above or below the sample mean is sometimes called the z-score. This is nothing but your z-score, and the value for z-score was 0.5 standard deviation. Okay, there is nothing special about z-score. It is simply a measure of the relative distance of a single observation relative to the mean. मतलब it is the distance of your observation away from the mean. कितनी दूर आपकी observation है from the mean. Okay, this distance is converted to units of standard deviation. मैं आपको बार बार ये बात बोल रही हूँ कि जब भी आपने स्टैंडर्ड नॉर्मल डिविएट निकालना है, प्लीज डोंट गेट इंटिमिडेटेड, डरो नहीं, कुछ नहीं करना है. आपने उस वैल्यू को मीन में से माइनस करनी है इन यूनिट्स ऑफ स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन. स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन से उसको डिवाइड करना है और उसको स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन के यूनिट्स में कन्वर्ट कर देना है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इन दी above example, हमने BP वैल्यू which was the systolic blood pressure value of 130 millimeters of mercury, उसको क्या किया, उसको हमने कन्वर्ट कर दिया into standard deviations for ease of calculating the area under the graph. Okay, so what was the area under the graph? Under the graph, that was 69%. So what was the area above your 0.5 ST? It was 31%. Okay, so the area 31% means that 130 millimeters of mercury से ऊपर आपके डेटा सेट में 31% of individuals हैं. Okay, next slide please. Yeah, I've talked about this. Z-score is the statistical mile. फॉर एग्जाम्पल किलोमीटर्स हम यूज करते हैं डिस्टेंस के लिए, यहाँ पर हम SD यूज करते हैं डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम द मीन बताने के लिए. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट प्लीज. नो, विल नॉट गो थ्रू दिस एग्जाम्पल, बहुत ज्यादा हो जाएगा, आज वैसे ही ग्लिच है. नेक्स्ट करें, नेक्स्ट कर दें बच्चे, नेक्स्ट करते जाएं. दिस वॉज अ गुड एग्जाम्पल बट देर इज नो नीड ऑफ डूइंग इट. नेक्स्ट प्लीज, नेक्स्ट प्लीज. या next, yeah, wait at this slide. The normal distribution is a theoretical probability distribution which can be completely defined by two characteristics, the mean and ST, right? So I told you that normal distribution समझने के लिए आपको सिर्फ दो चीजें चाहिए. What is the mean of your data? What is the standard deviation of your data, right? No real world data has perfect normal distribution. Believe me, जो हमने ट्री की फोटोग्राफ देखी थी ना, वो भी perfectly normal नहीं था. रेनफॉल देखो इस बार सितंबर में भी हो रही है, perfectly normal नहीं है. नॉर्मली जून जुलाई में होती थी जब आप छोटे होते थे, राइट? तो अब पैटर्न्स चेंज हो रहे हैं, स्लाइटली स्क्यूड हो रहा है. सितंबर अक्टूबर तक भी रेनफॉल चलती है, राइट? However, some continuous measures are reasonably approximated by a normal distribution. Okay, next slide please. Okay, I just want to try sharing my screen. I want to show you a very nice site if it is possible. Just give me a moment and allow me to share. Okay, if it is possible, it's a Google page. If I can share. Arya, you can stop sharing yours so that I can try sharing mine. If it is not possible, no issues. But if it is, I would like to show something. Okay, is it visible? I think it is.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Yeah, okay. So this is a site, which all of you should open on your mobiles whenever you are free. Try doing it, okay? It is called mathsisfun.com, right? स्टैंडर्ड नॉर्मल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन टेबल आपने देखा था, पीछे हमने एक बड़ा कॉम्प्लेक्स सा टेबल देखा था, राइट? हम कॉम्प्लेक्स से टेबल को तब यूज करते थे बेटा जब टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं थी, या फिर जब आप एग्जाम दे रहे हैं, राइट? एग्जाम में आपको पता है आपको सॉफ्टवेयर, वेबसाइट्स, मोबाइल्स, टेक्नोलॉजी इज नॉट अलाउड, राइट? सो whenever you're out of your examination hall, you have ample technology, opportunities to calculate your scores, right? Now, this is a simple, site which tells you, what is Z now, right? Up to Z, you just need the value of Z. और वैल्यू ऑफ Z अब आपको सबको कैलकुलेट करनी आती है. कैसे करनी है वैल्यू ऑफ Z कैलकुलेट? ऑब्जर्वेशन दैट यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट माइनस द मीन डिवाइडेड बाय ST, राइट? मान लेते हैं हमारा वैल्यू जो है, राइट, 0 to ST, हमने पहले इस पे क्लिक किया 0 to ST, राइट? हमें क्या 0 से जाना है 1 स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन तक. ठीक है, हम क्या कर रहे थे, हम कम्प्लेक्स कैलकुलेशंस कर रहे थे, देख रहे थे कि कितना एरिया विल बी कवर्ड अंडर 0 and 1. नाउ व्हाट विल वी डू? आराम से इसको हल्का सा स्लाइड करना है, इसको 1 पे जाके रोक देना है. सी Z की वैल्यू नीचे आएगी, ये 1 पे आ गई. ठीक है, आप इसको फ्रीज भी कर सकते हैं स्क्रीन को. 34.13% of your observations will lie between 0 and 1 Z-score or 1 ST. ठीक है, इट्स वेरी सेंसिटिव, राइट? 34.13. अगर आप इसको मल्टीप्लाई बाय 2 कर दोगे ना, तो आपको 68.3% ऑफ द ऑब्जर्वेशंस मिल जाएंगी बिटवीन ±1 ST। अब मान लो हमने एरिया कैलकुलेट करना है बिटवीन मीन एंड 2 ST। लेट्स जस्ट कीप ड्रैगिंग दिस कर्सर, 2 पे रोक देंगे इसको, राइट। सी, लुक एट दिस। सो 47.72% of your observations will lie between 0 and 2 ST, right? अब इसको 3 पे ले जाते हैं। Okay, so 49.8% of your observations will lie between 0 and 3, +3. This is +3, please. Okay, 0 और +3 स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशंस के बीच में आपको 49.8% ऑफ द ऑब्जर्वेशंस मिल जाएंगी, ठीक है। अब मान लो आपका क्वेश्चन ऐसा है कि आपको पूछा गया है व्हाट इज द एरिया ऑफ द कर्व अप टू Z, तो हम इसको क्लिक करेंगे, ठीक है। मैं आपसे पूछती हूँ कि कितने बच्चे हो जिनका हीमोग्लोबिन 2 SD से नीचे आ रहा है, राइट। मान लेते हैं 2 SD कितना है, 14 इज योर मीन हीमोग्लोबिन, 1 ST इज 2 grams%, so 2 ST is what, 2 into 2 is 4, so 14 plus 4 is 18, and 14 minus 4 here is what, 10, so 10, और यहां पर भी कर लेते हैं -3 is what, 8 grams% हीमोग्लोबिन या 8 ग्राम्स पर डेसिलीटर से लेकर आप बोलो यहां तक 18 ग्राम्स पर डेसिलीटर तक कितने बच्चे फॉल कर रहे हैं आपके ग्रुप में। अगर मीन 14 है, SD 2 है, तो 97.6% विल लाई बिटवीन -3 and 2। मान लो -3 और +3 के बीच में हमको करना है, तो कितने बच्चे फॉल कर रहे हैं बिटवीन -3 and +3, 99.8% ऑफ योर ऑब्जर्वेशंस आर गोइंग टू लाई बिटवीन -and +3 standard deviations. Okay, so this is a really interesting site, you know, whenever you Z onwards करके देखते हैं अब, राइट। अगर Z यहाँ पर है, Z onwards का क्या मतलब है, अबव 1 स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन। अगर आपको कैलकुलेट करना है कितने बच्चे अबव 1 स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन है या अबव 1 standard deviation in case of your hemoglobin example is if 1 standard deviation is 2 and mean is 14, 1 ST is 14 plus 2 is equal to 16, तो 16 grams% से ऊपर सिर्फ 15.8% of your class will have a hemoglobin above 16, okay, above 18, 2.2% only, right, above say 20, 0.14% only. So this is a very, you know, intuitive way of understanding that you don't have to do anything, but you have to know the formula for calculating Z-score. If you know the Z-score, you don't need any complex table. You simply go to this, toggle it as you wish, and then you can get your values up to 0 to Z, up to Z, and Z onwards. Okay, this is very intuitive and very useful also. This is the table that we were talking about. Okay, table वहां पर visible नहीं था अच्छे से। मान लो हमने बेटा आपकी स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन 0.5 आई थी ना लास्ट में, राइट, 0.5 थी, तो 19.15 इज योर आंसर हियर। ओके, अगर मान लो आपकी स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन 0.55 होती, राइट, तो आप क्या करते, ये वैल्यू है ना जो यहाँ पर, ये वैल्यू ले लेते, 0.5 यहां से लेते, 2 डेसिमल प्लेसेस यहां से लेते, 0.55 यहां पर, और यहां पर आंसर आ रहा है 0.2088, तो मतलब 2 स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन से ऊपर 20.88% है, नॉट ऊपर नीचे, तो 80% ऊपर आएगा, राइट। सो दिस इज द वैल्यू टुवर्ड्स द लेफ्ट, द टेबल टेल्स यू व्हाट इज द वैल्यू टुवर्ड्स द लेफ्ट ऑफ योर Z स्कोर, दैट इज 20%, तो टुवर्ड्स द राइट मोर देन 0.55 स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन 20%, 80% of your value will lie. Okay, now see, percent of population between 0 and 0.45 ST. Start at the row for 0.4, read along until 0.45. The value here is 0.1736. Okay, we'll go again. 0.45 पे हमने देखना है, 0.4 से हमने स्टार्ट किया, लेकिन हमें 0.45 SD की वैल्यू ढूंढनी है। This is 0.1736. So 17.3% of your area will lie between 0 and 0.45. This is the value which is given. Okay. ओके, पुराने एग्जाम्पल में भी बेटा इस वाले टेबल में ना, आई वॉज टेलिंग यू 0.5, हमने ये 0.5 वाला किया था, 0.55, दिस इज 20.88% लाइंग बिटवीन 0, क्योंकि 0 to Z है ये, ठीक है। जब हम टेबल यूज कर रहे थे दैट वाज ऑल एरिया बिलो Z, यहाँ पर 0 to 0.55 ST 20% ऑफ योर एरिया विल लाई। ओके, यहाँ पर भी देखते हैं 0 से लेकर 0.55 ST पे देखते हैं कितना एरिया लाई करता है, 0 से 0 से 0.49, 0.51, 52, 53, 55, देखो 20.88%। ओके, अब हमने एक और एग्जाम्पल किया था 4.5 ST का, यहाँ पर देखते हैं 4.5 देखो 17.3%, बिकॉज द वैल्यू वॉज 0.1736। ओके, इसको जब परसेंटेज में कैलकुलेट करोगे तो 17.3% ऑफ योर एरिया इज लाइंग बिटवीन 0 एंड 0.45 ST. Okay, I wanted to show you something on SPSS also. I'll try if it is possible. It's a heavy software. Give me only 2-3 minutes and then you're all set to go. Okay, stop sharing. I'll see, because SPSS software is very heavy. I can just try sharing my screen just to tell you how SD is, calculated. Can you see my data? Is the
Yes,
data
ma'am.
visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's visible.
See, this is the same data we have been studying in all our classes. This is the data for autism, right? This is the age of 70 kids, the current age when they were diagnosed. I just want you to see how easy it is to do a calculation of normal distribution in SPSS. Go to Analyze, go to Descriptive Statistics, go to Frequencies, right? We'll click on Frequencies. Current age में वापस छोड़ देती हूँ। इसको हम ड्रैग करते हैं ना, जब तो इस एरो को क्लिक करते हैं ये ड्रैग हो जाता है, ठीक है, ये ड्रैग हो गया। विल गो टू स्टैटिस्टिक्स, वी वांट द मीन करंट एज, वी वांट टू सी इफ द डेटा इज skewed, we want to see kurtosis, this is also kind of skew, we want the standard deviation and we want the quartiles. Okay, continue. On the charts we want to see histogram and a normal curve on the histogram to see if the data is normally distributed. Continue. Okay, I think this is not visible. Output is visible. I'll share it again. Normally it is not.
No,
In the
ma'am.
previous,
No, ma'am.
yeah,
No,
I'll
ma'am.
do it again. I'll do that. I'll share it again. Okay, have a look at the output now. See, there were 70 cases. The mean age of your kids who are diagnosed with autism is 4.36. The standard deviation of this age is 1.42 years. Skewness is 0.8. Skewed data नहीं होना चाहिए। अगर आपका डेटा नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड है ना, तो स्क्यूनेस 0 होनी चाहिए। तो आप सिर्फ वैल्यू ऑफ स्क्यूनेस से ही बता सकते हैं कि आपका डेटा नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड नहीं है, राइट? कर्टोसिस की वैल्यू जो है ना, नॉर्मली -3 और +3 के बीच में नॉर्मल कंसिडर की जाती है, ठीक है। यहाँ पर कर्टोसिस की वैल्यू 1.2 आ रही है, विच इज प्रिटी नॉर्मल। कर्टोसिस टेल्स यू अबाउट द पीक ऑफ योर डेटा, हाउ पीक्ड इज योर डेटा, हाउ फ्लैट इज योर डेटा। ओके, अगर नेगेटिव वैल्यू हो ना तो आपका डेटा पीक्ड होता है, अगर पॉजिटिव वैल्यू हो कर्टोसिस की तो आपका डेटा फ्लैट होता है, ठीक है। ओके, हैव अ लुक एट दिस हिस्टोग्राम। सी, आप देखते ही समझ जाएंगे, दिस इज द नॉर्मल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कर्व विच हैज बीन ड्रॉन ऑन दिस हिस्टोग्राम। द मीन इज 4.37 years, द स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन इज 1.42 years, एंड दैट इज 70, दैट इज 70 किड्स का डेटा है। हैव अ लुक एट दिस, जस्ट हैविंग अ लुक एट दिस, व्हेन यू eyeball this data or this visual, graph, you can appreciate this is not normally distributed, this is skewed data with tail towards the right. See, this is the area that is showing you that the tail is towards the right. So this is a positively skewed data, right? Positive skew. अब वापस आ जाओ. Look at the skewness value, 0.856. It is not negative. So skewness is positive. Positive skew data है. Kurtosis is again 1.24. देखो डेटा फ्लैट है, कहीं पर पीक नहीं है। आप जब नॉर्मल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कर्व बनाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, फ्लैट सा कर्व बन रहा है। ओके, आई शो यू समथिंग एल्स ऑल्सो। आई स्टॉप शेयरिंग दिस। ओके, I'll go again to my data. Just 2 minutes. I know I'm taking a lot of time. I want you to see this. Okay, we go to Analyze again. We go to Descriptive Statistics again. Wait, we go to Analyze. We go to Descriptives. We go to Explore. Explore, okay? I'll click on Explore. I'll drag current age here. I'll click on Statistics. I will click on Descriptives only. Continue. I'll go to Plots here. See, Normality Plots with tests and histogram. मैंने कमांड दे दिया SPSS को, आप एक हिस्टोग्राम मुझे बना दो इस डेटा का, और आप 2 टेस्ट ऑफ नॉर्मेलिटी लगा के मुझे स्टैटिस्टिकली बताओ कि ये नॉर्मल डेटा है या नहीं. कंटिन्यू. ओके. I have the output, but I know it is not visible, so I'll share again. Okay, now have a look at this table. See, the mean age of your table or your data is 4.36 or 4.37 years. Median is 4. Standard deviation is 1.42. Minimum age of the kids was 2 years. Maximum age of the kids was 9 years. Range is 7 years, maximum minus minimum. Skewness is 0.856, which is positively skewed data. Okay. Kurtosis is 1.2, which means data is flat. Now look at this. This is a very, very important question which is asked. I know this is not the right time to tell you this, but some of the students are inquisitive. So I want you to know that whenever you appear for interviews, this is please not for undergraduates. This is for interns who are supposed to, go for PLAB and USMLE and all. And those who will be appearing for SR interviews in some premier institutes, you are always asked, can you name any test for normality? Okay. The two most popular tests for normality are KS test, which is also called Kolmogorov-Smirnov test, and the Shapiro-Wilk test. If you name it, you crack your interview. Okay. Shapiro-Wilk test and Kolmogorov-Smirnov test are two tests. These are statistical tests which are applied to test for normality of your data. And you just have to look at this box. The value is 0.004. The value is 0.005. This value should be more than 0.05. Okay. In this example, the value is less than 0.05. That means that your data is not normally distributed. I'll repeat. If your data is normally distributed, the value of KS test and Shapiro-Wilk test should be more than 0.05. If your value is less than 0.05, it is a clear-cut statistical indication that your data is not normally distributed. You don't have to do anything. Believe the Shapiro-Wilk test and go ahead, apply test for non-barometric data, okay? I told you in the beginning of this class that normality testing for any data is very important because once you test for normality, आपको पता चलता है इस डेटा पे मीन निकल सकता है या नहीं निकल सकता. आप देखो इसने मीडियन निकाला हुआ है इस डेटा का. मीडियन इज 4. मीडियन क्यों निकाला हुआ है? क्योंकि मीन नहीं निकालना चाहिए. मीन क्यों नहीं निकालना चाहिए? बिकॉज डेटा नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड नहीं है. देखो डेटा इज नॉट नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड. दिस इज स्क्यूड डेटा एंड द वैल्यू ऑफ स्क्यू इज 0.8, राइट? पॉजिटिवली स्क्यूड डेटा है. ज्यादातर डेटा shifted hai, tail is towards the right. So you have to be very, very sure that your KS test, your Shapiro-Wilk test is giving you a value of less than 0.05, which shows that your data is not normally distributed. Your skewness value is 0.856. Again, it should be 0. मतलब कि positive skew है, right? Kurtosis की value 0 होनी चाहिए या -3 या +3 के बीच में होनी चाहिए. ये फिर भी चल जाएगा, right? अब नीचे आ जाओ. दिस इज समथिंग विच इज कॉल्ड अ QQ प्लॉट. जब भी आप QQ प्लॉट करते हैं ना, दिस इज एन इंपॉर्टेंट MCQ. QQ प्लॉट इज यूज फॉर टेस्टिंग नॉर्मेलिटी. ओके. All these, circles that you see, they should be aligned with this line, with this imaginary line. What you're seeing here is, यहाँ पर alignment है. यहाँ पर आप देखो ये सर्कल बिल्कुल नीचे आ गए हैं इस इमेजिनरी लाइन से. So this QQ plot is also telling you that your data is not normal. So when you go to advanced stats, you understand that सिर्फ Z score निकाल के या नॉर्मेलिटी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन हिस्टोग्राम में देख के वहां नहीं रुकना है. आपने आगे जाना है. आप स्क्यूनेस की वैल्यू SPSS से निकाल सकते हैं. आप QQ प्लॉट बना सकते हैं. आप हिस्टोग्राम बना सकते हैं. ओके. आप ये इसको बॉक्स प्लॉट बोलते हैं. आप बॉक्स प्लॉट भी बना सकते हैं. ओके. बॉक्स प्लॉट आप देखें ये सेंटर में होना चाहिए. ये भी नीचे है, स्क्यूड है. ये सेंटर में नहीं है, ये नीचे की तरफ है. ओके. इट इज इंक्लाइंड टुवर्ड्स द bottom of your graph. Okay. So these are little things, very small things, very important Viva questions and MCQs. For example, you always asked when you're going for a interview in a premier institute ki how do you test for normality? You have to say 3 things. Sir, we do a QQ plot. QQ plot ये वाला है. अगर वो aligned नहीं है imaginary line के साथ which is going through the center of the graph, that means your data is not normally distributed. Go for a histogram. If the histogram is skewed, your data is not normally distributed. Go for a Shapiro-Wilk test and a KS test. Shapiro-Wilk ज़्यादा sensitive होता है. अगर Shapiro-Wilk की वैल्यू लेस देन 0.05 है, सिग्निफिकेंट है, तो आपका डेटा नॉट नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड है. गो फॉर स्क्यूनेस वैल्यू. इफ द स्क्यूनेस वैल्यू इज नॉट 0, it is positively skewed. That means on histogram also you will see that the tail is towards the right. Okay. Right. So I'm done for today. I'm very thankful to you. You all have shown immense patience, but I wanted you to see this on SPSS because I don't think we'll get an opportunity to see this on SPSS again. Okay. And try to log on to that site, mathsisfun.com, and try to, fiddle with the toggle here. Okay. Right. I'll just stop sharing my screen. Dipali, do we have time for polls or should we just leave with the attendance? All of them must be getting late now.
Ma'am, we haven't prepared the polls completely, so we might skip it today.
Yeah, skip it for today. No issues at all. Thank you so much, everyone, for your patient hearing. Okay. Next time, Dr. Dinesh will take your class. And he is ex-dean of AIIMS Jammu, and he was HOD of the Department of Community Medicine, GMC Jammu, for a very, very long time. He has a very, good knack on biostats. And we have all learned from him. So you can well imagine that he is a stalwart in, biostatistics. So next 2 classes, the p-value class and another class after that, I think it is the t-test and the chi-square test class, will be taken by Dr. Dinesh. Then another class by Dr. Kiran. She is a faculty in GMC Jammu. She is an associate professor of community medicine there. She'll be taking 1 class, and then the last 2 classes I'll be taking again. Okay, and we'll be talking about the sample size calculation for studies, for research, and plagiarism. Okay, so thank you so much, all of you, for coming and sparing your time. We had a lot of glitches today. Thank you so much for your patience. It means a lot. God bless you all. Bye-bye. Dipali, can I leave?
We appreciate everyone for joining us today, and we hope the discussion was fruitful. A special thanks to Dr. Bhavna for her valuable insights. So, before we wrap up, kindly fill out the feedback form provided in the chat box, and this will also serve as your attendance record. And remember, only certificates will be provided to those who attend all the 10 sessions. So, kindly fill it in time. It will be open till 9:25. And thank you for your active participation. We look forward to see you all again at our next session.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.